Bug out bag, get home bag, whatever you want to call it. Super versatile. So many different items you can take in, put in it, take out. You can change it up any way you want. Everybody has different scenarios. You live in different parts of the country. You might be on a trip. You could be just, on your daily drive. Whatever the purpose is of the type of bag, maybe to get out of the house, run to your bug out location and a quick grab, be able to take supplies with you. You can make it any way you want. This video is going to be for practical use for the winter season that we're approaching. What you keep maybe on you and also keep in your vehicle in the case of a breakdown, case of a scenario where you have to abandon your vehicle, you need to get home. Could be some kind of a scenario going on in real life. So let's just go through it. Let's go ahead and get started. It doesn't matter what kind of backpack you have, a bag, something that you can store this stuff, keep it clean, keep it organized in your vehicle or on your person. First thing I want to talk about is hydration, water. Again, I'm just showing you enough for what I would do. Now, if you have a minivan full of kids, you may consider having a bigger bug out bag or bags to keep in there for emergency purposes. But if you have a breakdown or somewhere and you're just in a location, hey, you know what, we can hike to get home, we can do whatever we got to do. Make sure you have some water, at least one per person if it's a short trip, relatively, within the same, half day of a walk, or, have something. I know it's cold outside, but you still got to stay hydrated. Your body is still going to use up energy. It's still going to go through fluids. It's nice to have something to sip on. So have some water in your bug out bag. Also, something to eat on. You might be in between meals and your vehicle breaks down. It's cold outside. Your body is going to start devouring calories. You're starting to hike somewhere. You're trying to figure out, even if you're stuck and you have help coming, it may take a couple hours. You know how that goes sometimes. A tow truck or help's coming to get you, but it might take a couple hours to get to your location. So having water, having something to eat, especially if you have kids, some food or something that they can eat on. Super important to have something like that. Emergency flares. This is a pocket rocket. It's just an aerial signal kit. If you have maybe flares you want to put on the road, or if you want to have an alert to show your location, maybe you have somebody on the phone, they're looking for you, and you're just like, I can't find you, where are you? You have something you can shoot up in the air, signal them, throw them out. Look, keep a pair of sunglasses in your car. I know most of us do. Sometimes you leave them in the house. Have an extra pair if you have to. Always keep a pair of sunglasses in your vehicle. Even if it's freezing outside, sun still blinds the eyes, okay? And I wear a hat all the time. You see that in my videos, but I still have a pair of sunglasses. I love being able to protect my eyes, shade my eyes, especially if now in a hiking situation. Warmth, okay? Keep you an extra sweatshirt in your vehicle. And look, I know we put on a jacket or a coat. Let's be real. Most times we're just going from point A to point B. We're not dressing for a half-day hike to get somewhere or an emergency situation. Most of the time we're like, well, this isn't the best coat or jacket, but hey, it looks cute on us, right? It looks good on us, so we're just going to wear it for the looks, for the aesthetics of what we've got going on with our clothing. And we're not totally dressing for warmth. So we just don't expect to get out of our car. We're just getting from our house to our vehicle, and then we're leaving our vehicle to get into the next building that we get to. However, if there's an emergency, you're out of luck. You're going to be freezing. Your car breaks down. You can't run the heat anymore. Something like a good sweatshirt with a hood on it. Make sure it's got a hood. This is zippable. You can zip this up. You can put this on top of maybe something that you're wearing that's tight, or put it underneath like an already existing coat and layer up. So it doesn't hurt to have that. And you can, again, have one per person. If you have kids or multiple people that's going to be in the vehicle all the time. I also recommend keeping some sort of lighting if it happens to be in the late evening or at night and you're traveling. Get you a good little flashlight. Make sure you've got batteries for it, and keep that in your vehicle, and that helps even if you need to check your tires or you're fixing a flat. Somebody can hold the light for you, or if you're by yourself. And again, I wear hats all the time. Get you just a little cheap, super cheap little light that you can clip right on the bill of your hat, and it's just got some little good LED lights or such on there. And these things last forever if just when stored. I've had this I don't know how many years. I always keep this on hand in my bag. On my vehicle, I also, for wintertime, it's time to pull out the extra blanket, or you can use these little space blankets, but however you want, for space saving reasons, you can make choices on that. It's nice to be able to have something, again, if it's you or the kids and you're waiting. Yes, you have the extra bundles, but sometimes just having that extra blanket to bundle up in and just kind of try to keep the body heat in. You don't want anybody out there freezing to death, okay? So you do that. As far as weather goes and such, I keep a couple extra heavy-duty construction-grade trash bags in this kit this practical kit. What are trash bags for? Are we taking out the trash? Well, you might decide you want to take the trash and clean out your car while you're waiting. You know how some people get with their cars, McDonald's bags and everything. No, hey, if you want to do that, great. I'm talking about maybe you're having to hike, and then all of a sudden on that day that you broke down, it's raining. Maybe you have an umbrella. Hey, maybe you don't. But to have some extra trash bags to make quick ponchos out of, or God forbid you have to spend the night out somewhere, or your window busts. And again, I have some duct tape that I'd already had laying out here. You can duct tape just in a pinch. Put this plastic bag over your car. Who knows what you might need it for. They don't take up room. Throw you a few large trash bags in there. You'll be glad that you did. In a kind of scenario like that. In my bug out emergency bag, I've talked about this before in the past. You have multiple types of fire starters, but at least have you a little pack of matches. It doesn't hurt. Okay, you just don't know what you might need it for. If you had to start a fire for some reason to keep warm, whatever. Keep you a little pack of matches. Maybe get you some fire starter or something in there too. But again, this is just a basic, practical car personal carry. Okay. In my little vehicle, I keep some extra pain meds, and I wear contacts. So you know how it is when your eye get dry, something gets in your eye, or if your contact comes out, or you've got to clean it. Well, man, you're in an emergency situation. You got to have something to at least keep your eyesight going. You're going to need your eyesight. Okay, there's enough going on. Again, you don't panic, you don't have fear, you don't do any of these things, but you just want to make sure you're prepared. Eyesight's important. You need to be able to see your surroundings. You want to be able to stay alert. I am a Buckeye fan, so I did grab one of these for the video. Just keep you a nice hat in there. It doesn't matter what kind. Something that's warm, something that you can put over your head. And again, it's about adding layers. It's about adding, in a pinch, we're going to be freezing. We're going to be walking through this. Let's get warm. Pair of gloves. Get you a nice pair of gloves. Same reason. Stay warm. Face mask. We know about these, right? So we probably got like 20 of these laying around the house, all through the car. But keep you a clean one. Get you it's not just for sicknesses and keeping healthy and all that stuff. If it's freezing outside, you know what? This thing will go right over your face, your mouth, your nose. It's another layer. It's another something that you can put on yourself in a cold situation. It works as good as a little handkerchief for multiple reasons. So, these face masks that we got running around, these cloth ones, make sure you got one extra put up with your little kit. Nothing wrong with that. This is something I keep in my pocket. This is a cheap, I think it was Stanley. I probably had this thing 15 years, and I've used it more than I can tell you. I dare it to break, and it just, for some reason, it just won't break. And you see how dirty it is. I use this as my everyday knife. I'm always, cutting boxes at work, breaking into things, cutting straps, or, just a quick saw on something on these teeth. And this sucker just won't break. It's good. What I'm reading on here, it says Imperial Ireland stainless. So, I mean, the rest of the body of this thing, I mean, it just doesn't break. So I'm not selling it. I'm not promoting it or anything, but it's cheap. It was just a cheap knife from a store, and it's just lasted me for years. And like I said, if it breaks, I don't care. It's cheap. But I use that as my everyday knife. I do keep this in my vehicle. This is a straight blade knife. If I did have a breakdown scenario, I am strapping this on. It can be used for self-defense. It's got a very good, strong blade. This is actually made by Glock, the Glock company that makes the firearms. It's a straight blade. It does have, the teeth on it as well. If I needed to cut through a branch, if I'm trying to put together just a small fire to get me going, or any type of cutting or slashing or stabbing, this sucker will do the trick for what I'm putting this kit together for. Let's see. I do carry one of these in those type situations. It is a firearm, and this happens to be a Glock as well. So make sure that if you are having one of these, that you are licensed. If your state, depending on where you live, that you have gone through some safety courses. Make sure it is loaded. One of these do not do you any good that's loaded. And you know what this is for, okay? It's just for self-protection. Last resort, if you're broke down somewhere, you do not know where you are. You do not know who the people are. People are approaching you. Most of the time, they're there to help, but there are predators out there. Let's just be honest. There are idiots out there that are willing to take advantage of somebody else's misfortune. So you do need to consider that if that's something that you're into. So again, have a backup magazine, have it loaded, and again, just the reason in case you have to have that. So, and I keep a tourniquet for the previous said items. Hopefully you would never have to pull this out. If someone gets shot, or you do have an ambulance on the way and you do want to preserve life, or you have an accident and you do need to have a tourniquet on as in a quick pinch, just go ahead and have that in your kit. That's, again, you can come up with many different things here in this scenario. This is just a quick video. I'm already at 12 minutes, so I can sit here all day long. We can talk about med kits. We can talk about that. But you know what? I'm going to pass that job on to you. As the viewer, you put in things that you like or ideas of things that you want to share with any of our other viewers that I'm sure would be great tips and great ideas. So you as the viewer now carry on the rest of this video through the comments section. So go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. And now everybody go ahead, add to the comments things that you personally use or that you think would be a good idea to add in a basic kit for somebody for the wintertime. I'm sure there's many, many items that, we can sit here and cover. So you all have a great rest of the day. I appreciate you being here at House of Prep. And again, my name's Jerry, and I will talk to you guys later this week.